Welcome to Improve the Profitability of Your Project-Based Business, presented by Summit Business Advisors.
So are you one of the many businesses struggling with this? How to manage project accounting? Or are you a project-based business trying to use like multiple softwares to manage all of this, like QuickBooks Harvest or some other time tracking system, and then your expenses somewhere else and bring it together? Um, and not knowing how much you're making on all your projects and which ones are profitable and which ones aren't. Who is this for? So this is for people whose revenue is driven by projects, whose revenue is driven by projects and derive their income from completing and starting and doing projects, like architects, engineers, construction, media, and some technology businesses.
And oftentimes these project-based businesses aren't practicing project-based accounting. And so they have no clear picture of their true financial state.
Right. So if you're working and your revenues are driven by the delivery of projects, then this is for you. So by the end of this webinar, you should understand how to get real insights into project accounting and why it's valuable, how to forecast cash accurately, how that can help you, and then streamlining all of your expenses and all of the your time and all of your efforts to get accurate project-based reporting in your accounting.
And just to give you a heads up, if you watch through to the end, there will be a special offer.
Awesome. So a little bit about me. I'm the co-founder of Summit Business Advisors, and I love meeting with clients and training my staff and my clients on tools that can help them on new software. And I've been doing this for a very long time, about 20 plus years. And I'm certified in QuickBooks Ajera, and I'm a certified tax preparer as well. Although we don't do taxes, but I'd like to know how that affects my clients. So.
And I'm Eddie Cronkite, and I'm also the co-founder of Summit Business Advisors. I have a degree in mathematics, and I just love working with numbers, maximizing our clients' profits, and really taking them to the next level. I too have several certifications, and we do take a lot of pride in staying on top of accounting and bookkeeping education to serve our clients the best.
And technology too. Like we really like to be at the forefront of all of that and like what's out there to help people, to help our clients.
Absolutely.
Small business is like the underdog. So here's what our other clients have said about us. They're very happy with us. So here's some quotes from some reviews we've received.
And one of our favorite testimonials has to do with a client that we helped a few years ago. They were about to engage venture capital funding, and their books were a complete disaster. So they came to us. It took about 6 months to get their books in order, and it went extremely well. They got their funding, but it was bittersweet because one of the conditions of their funding is they had to use the VC firm's accounting company. So we did so well that we lost that client.
We got them to the next level, where they need to
Yes.
hire like an in-house accounting team also. So anyway, okay. What is project accounting? You might be wondering. Project accounting has to do with tracking time and expenses and billable expenses by project. So and a project has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And it's a little bit different than traditional businesses because they mostly just look at the overall performance of the company. Here you get that too with project accounting. If you're doing it on the project level, you'll get it on the overall business level, but it is project by project. So you can see your budgets, expenses, income, cash, everything on a project level. And it's very helpful to see how your jobs are doing and if they're performing the way you want them to.
And not all accounting software is created equal. And if you are a project-based business, you should be using an accounting software that is compatible with project-based accounting.
Yeah.
And there are specific softwares for that. And sometimes you can use the more common softwares, but you have to be very deliberate in how you enter your information.
And how you set it up, and it's a little more of a heavy lift, right? Yeah,
Yes.
but yes, it's true. Okay. Project budgeting and cost management. So, you definitely want to create a budget for your project that helps you drive the profit ultimately, because you get to decide at the beginning, like how much do you want this to make, and it'd be beneficial to use software that does that. Also, we can provide benchmarking against industry-wide best practices. So you can compare yourself to other businesses, not to create comparanoia, but it does help to at least have a baseline to know, like, how are other firms, how many other firms are staying on budget, versus me. I think it's helpful information. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh,
I was just,
go ahead.
I was just going to add that project-based businesses, you may have two projects that are estimated to bring in the same revenue, but one could be significantly more profitable than the other. And if you're not doing budgeting and management of your individual projects, you have no way to determine which is more profitable.
And then also, thank you. That reminds me, like, just because they're willing to pay a huge price tag doesn't mean that it's going to be profitable, right? Because you just don't know how much of your resources are being utilized to service this, to finish this project. So that's an important thing to know, right? So it also helps you almost price correctly. It creates if you're doing a budget and then you want to see a certain profit, it does force you to raise the price, maybe even, or then at least be aware of the pricing. Anyway, okay. So project billing and invoicing. This is a major pain point for a lot of the clients that we have. Because as a small business, there isn't always tools, or you start with one tool and you realize you need something else, but it doesn't quite do it. So now you've got three different things trying to get this billing done, like tracking your time in one system, tracking your expenses in another, tracking cash by looking at your bank. Like all those things can be combined into one project management system, billing, time tracking, and your accounting can be in one system, and it makes it much easier. And also the softwares that we use create proper workflows, which allow you to bill faster, and then get paid faster, so you don't get into cash crunch situations or cash flow issues.
Yeah, we often see our clients, they pay their bills right on time, but because they don't have proper workflows in place, their invoices aren't going out in a timely manner. And so those revenues aren't coming in a timely manner. And that adds to the cash flow crunch.
Right. Like one of our clients who had, he had QuickBooks, he had Harvest, and then we needed to go and modify the invoices in Adobe because he wanted them to look a certain way. When the whole time there's this other system that we ultimately switched to that combined them all, and it's easy breezy now. It did really affect his cash flow in a much more positive way. We haven't had to have like all hands on deck, calling the clients to pay their bills so that they can make payroll in many, many months, which I think is a huge win because of the streamlining and creating workflows and obviously switching systems, which is, can be painful, but worth it all day. Financial reporting and analysis. Now, this is my favorite. Creating financial reports for individual projects is really important, and this is basically the score of the game, and where you know how you're doing, and it takes the guesswork out of it. You just see it in black and white, like how it is, and how much you're making, how much profit you're making from that particular project, and then also the overall business, how it's doing. And you can see patterns, you can see so much really valuable information for you to make decisions in your business.
Yeah, and again, if you don't have these at the project level, you have no way of knowing which projects are profitable, which ones are break even, and which ones you shouldn't be doing.
Correct.
So Profit First it's a cash management approach with the goal of maximizing your profit. What we see a lot of small business owners do, not just project-based business owners, but small business owners of all industries, is what's called bank balance accounting. And what this is you have all your income and all your expenses coming in and going out of one bank account. And so if you pick up your phone, you turn on your mobile bank app and you see your balance, if it's high, you're going to feel really good. If it's low, you're not going to feel so great. And so it really has an effect on you emotionally, but it has no place in reality whatsoever. That number you're looking at is not representative.
Yeah, it means nothing.
of anything in your business. It's almost a random number. So the better way to manage your revenue is through the Profit First methodology, which splits up your revenue as it comes in so that you have a predictable profit stream. And our whole firm is certified in the Profit First method. And we have really seen some profit hikes in our clients that have chosen to implement it.
Yeah, and it really helps, the way you're already looking at your bank, logging in to look at it, it helps you more, right? It sets up a system so that you can actually get valuable information from when you log into your bank, as opposed to just making yourself feel either good or bad, but it's not real. You know what I mean? Anyway.
Right. Well, and it also puts the focus on profit rather than what's left over from your expenses being the profit.
Right.
You're going to set your profit goals, and
You're driving that.
You're going to set up your system to meet those profit goals.
Yes. So, project accounting makes sense. If your business is primarily driven by the delivery of projects, then this makes sense for you, so you know what's going on at every level, and can make decisions on a project level and an overall business level.
If you're a project-based business and you're not practicing project-based accounting, you are flying blind.
Correct. And it's like playing the game but not knowing the score. Like, what's the point, right?
Mm-hmm. So here we are at our special offer. Thank you so much for sitting through the entire webinar. And as a reward, we are offering a project accounting industry benchmarking assessment, which includes an initial review of your financial health, comparison to industry benchmarks, opportunities for improvement, and a prioritized list of recommendations. Now, this is typically a value of $1,475. And for sitting through this webinar with us, We are discounting that by $1,000, and so you will get this assessment for only $475.
Awesome. And so we can only complete 12 of these, so at this price. So just make sure you book yours today. And there's my email and and the office phone number and my email address. So just make sure the subject line says special offer to secure your spot. So yeah, thanks for attending.
Thank you so much. And if you have any questions about accounting, whether you're project-based or not, feel free to give us a call. My email is on this slide, as well as our office number, and we'd happy to consult with you on how to best set up your business accounting.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks.